welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney if you're new here, and today I'm finally back with another video. Long time no see, I know. I can't even remember if I've uploaded a video in 2024 or not. But besides the point, I haven't made a video in a really long time. I've just been so busy with work. I started a new full-time job and it's really been taking up all of my time. But I'm finally out of my reading slump, which is why today I thought that it would be fun to do the video random number generator chooses how many hours I read in a day. I thought that it would be fun to just challenge myself. I was going between doing this video or doing the 24-hour reading challenge, but I am starting this video on a Sunday, so I'll have to work tomorrow, so that just wasn't going to work out for me in the long run. So yeah, so this is the Tiny Decisions app. It's actually really funny because I only know about this app because me and my husband, when we can't make a decision, we put things in this little spinner. Then when I started my booktube channel, I started using this for like choosing my TBR, and then they do have a random number generator as well. So how do I edit this? How many hours should we do max a day? Maybe we go up to 8. Even then, 8 is definitely ambitious for a work day if that were to happen, but we'll just hope that that doesn't happen during the work week. I'm hoping that I get 8 hours today because obviously it's Sunday. I don't have any other plans but to be reading today, but we'll just see how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Oh, it's making me watch an ad. Please hold. All right, so let's do our random number generator for today. I'm super nervous. No way. No way that actually happened. I'm excited because I really wanted to read a lot today, and I'm so glad that I got 8 today. Let's talk about the books that I'm currently reading right now too. One of them might catch you off guard if you've been watching my videos since I started my channel, but ACOWAR! I am finally reading the rest of that ACOTAR series. I don't know what it was. I ended up starting ACOTAR in August of 2023, and I read the first 2 books, and I got like 200 pages into ACOWAR, and then I just set this down and like never picked it up again. I kind of DNF'd it on accident. Randomly one day I was just looking at my shelves and I was like, you know what? Let's resume ACOTAR. Like, let's keep that series going. And I've definitely been really loving this. I'm on page 430 right now, and I think there's 699 pages in this book, and I was already planning on finishing this book today. Like, that is the end goal for me. The other book that I'm reading right now is All In. This is the 3rd book in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and this is absolutely one of my new favorite series. I've been obsessed with this series ever since I started it, and just the other day I had to go out and buy the 3rd and 4th book because I have been in such a mood to read this. Like, the story really has me captivated. It's definitely the Criminal Minds of, you know, the young adult world. So we have these 2 books that we're going to be starting with, and then depending on how long I end up doing this challenge for, how many days, we'll just see what other books call out to me after that. But right now I think that I honestly do think that I'm in the mood to read ACOWAR. Like, I've been so obsessed with this book, and I'm so excited to finally like tick it off of my TBR and, you know, read the novella that comes after this and just really finish the series. I'm excited to go ahead and keep reading ACOWAR. We are officially at our halfway point through our 8 hours today. This has actually been more challenging than I thought because Sundays are just so lazy for me. I keep on wanting to take a nap, and that's just me being honest. But right now we have 3 hours and 58 minutes left, and I feel like that's actually pretty attainable. It's 4:30 right now, so I can do this. Like, I have faith in myself, okay? And choosing to read ACOWAR while doing this challenge has definitely been the right move because, oh my goodness, do you guys ever have a book that you like DNF'd or you've had sitting on your shelf for so long and you're like, I literally cannot believe that this was sitting on my shelf unbeknownst to me. Like, are you kidding? This book is going absolutely crazy, and I just reached the final 100 pages, and as we all know, the final 100 pages of a Sarah J. Maas book, and something that I really wasn't expecting, it just really wasn't on my radar when I was going into this book, was how much I was going to become fond of Nesta's character. Like, I very much disliked her in the first two books, and it was just like, girl, I understand that things have happened, but you're being a little bit too mean. Please calm down. But now I really just feel like I'm starting to understand her more, and I literally cannot wait to read her story and her point of view in A Court of Silver Flames. Like, this is really getting me excited to continue this series. I think for these last 100 pages, I am gonna go sit outside on the porch and just finish reading this. The weather has like progressively gotten better throughout the day. It's pretty warm out, and I just feel like it's gonna be the vibe. So no. I'm not used to talking this early in the morning. Okay. Good morning, all of my besties. So, last night, very narrowly, I did end up meeting my 8-hour goal. Round of applause for me, because I really was struggling yesterday. I cannot lie. I kept on taking breaks, and so by the time that I ended up finishing the 8 hours, it was like 10 o'clock at night or something like that, and I immediately went to bed. But nonetheless, we did finish. And once I reach the end of this video, I am going to do like some analytics, how many pages I read, how many books, things like that. But for right now, it's about 5:30 in the morning. Well, actually 5:45 now, and I'm about to go to the gym, but I wanted to go ahead and see how many hours we're gonna read today. I am hoping for a lower number today, so we're just gonna go ahead and see how many hours that we have to read today. Okay, I'm for real so freaking nervous, y'all, because it's not that I don't want to read, but I don't want to set unrealistic expectations for me and for you guys. So I'm just hoping that we get like 6 hours or less. Like, please let me get 6 hours or less. I'm not even gonna look. I'm so scared. No way. No freaking way. What the heck, y'all? Okay. You know what? It's okay, because if this wasn't a challenge, we're supposed to be challenging ourselves, and this is definitely going to do that for me. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay. Hey guys, it's me from the future. I don't even know if that makes sense. This is exactly why I didn't want 8 hours today, because I haven't even started and it's 12:30. Obviously, like I said, I work a full-time job. We're gonna give it our all, you guys. We're gonna try and do our best, but I literally can't promise you anything. Like, we're just gonna have to see what can happen. We're gonna try and do the 8 hours. If not, we just don't. And we try again tomorrow on whatever hours we get then. maybe we get a little coffee and go to the library. I love reading in my public library. It's something about being surrounded by all of the books and it's just so quiet. It absolutely eats every time. So we're going in with all in. Yeah, let's just start our timer and take it from there. This is going to be my saving grace of the day, I can already tell you guys. Last night I didn't end up finishing the reading. I think that I had a little over 3 hours. I did end up finishing all in this morning. I only had like 50 pages left, and that ending, are you freaking kidding me? I will say I like how much reading I've been getting done while doing this challenge, because I already was more in a reading mood anyways, but just kind of having something to guide me into how much to read a day, I've been knocking off so many books. So now, left on our timer from yesterday, we have 2 hours and 50 minutes, and I'm just going to add that to whatever I end up getting today. I'm thinking that this is going to be the last day of this challenge, of course, unless I don't end up finishing my time. We'll roll it into tomorrow, but this is going to be the last amount of time that I'm going to be choosing. I'm heading out to the gym now, so I need to go ahead and do this so I can get going. I'm already a little bit behind today, but I won't lie and say that I'm not scared, because I definitely am scared. Again, I have a busy work day today. I have even more meetings today than I did yesterday, so hopefully we just get something reasonable, but let's go ahead and see how many hours we're going to be reading today on top of the basically 3. So we're reading 8 hours again, because this says 5. Honestly, you know, it's okay. Like, if anything, we'll get to finish some books today. I'm not reading anything now since I finished all in this morning, so we'll have to see later what I want to end up starting today, but the possibilities are endless. I have a lot of books on my shelf, so after I get back from the gym, we'll take a look at the shelf, see what I'm feeling, and just go from there. Okay, party people, it's the moment that we've all been waiting for, and by we, I mean me, because it's literally so painful. Like, it's so painful when you're born to read and forced to work. I just kept on thinking like what book I wanted to start today, and I guess that it was good that I'm not in the middle of anything right now, because that would have made it 10 times worse. Like, as I said, I had a very busy work day today, finally getting around where I can even shower. I haven't even showered. Like, I came home from the gym and just realized that I needed to immediately start working. It all really falls down on me because I left for the gym later than usual, but I have a feeling that I know what book I'm gonna start, and I'm excited. Y'all are gonna be excited. Not the lighting changing right when I sit down to start filming. You know what? I think that it's still fine. Hey y'all, so it's been a few days since I finished reading my 8 hours for our last day of the reading challenge. This definitely was difficult for me. I think that it would have been pretty obtainable if I had just, open days just to read, but since I did have to work in between that time, it has really put a lot of stress on me. But something good that came out of this was that now I know that I should do a 24-hour reading challenge because it's really not as intimidating as it may seem. I did this challenge letting a random number generator choose how many hours I read for a day. Over the course of 3 days, we went Sunday through Tuesday. Technically was the last day that I chose a time, but I did finish reading all of this around Thursday, I think. Those last 8 hours were really just difficult for me to get through, okay? I was chugging along, but nonetheless, we did finish. So over those 3 days, I just wanted to give a little bit of analytics, and then I'll talk about my thoughts on the books that I read. But over those 3 days, we got 8 hours every day, so that's 24 hours of reading. And in that time, I ended up reading 877 pages and finishing 2 books, but one of them I was in the middle of, and then we started another book as well, and I'm still currently in the middle of that one. If you average all of that out, that's about 36 pages an hour, which might seem a little slow, but I was annotating while I was reading the first book, War, and that definitely takes a lot more time. If you're an annotator, you definitely know this. You're just paying way closer attention and stopping to take that time to make your notes and stuff. But even so, I still think that that's an incredible amount to read, especially for me. I've never claimed to be a fast reader. I've always said that I'm a pretty slow reader myself because I really just want to grasp every bit of detail that's in the books. But yeah, I have the books that we read during this challenge behind me. We had started off with War. I was actually in the middle of reading this anyways when we started the challenge, so that had a little bit of an advantage there for finishing this book. But when we started the challenge, we were at page 428, and I read all the way to the end. I was absolutely captivated by this book. It blew my mind that I had this sitting on my shelf for so freaking long and just didn't read it, because I did DNF this on accident and had it sitting on my shelf for almost a whole year before I picked it up again. So very glad that I finally have checked this one off of my TBR and that I can continue the ACOTAR series. I absolutely was not ready for the ending of this book. It really just gave me whiplash and made me want to throw up and curl up into a ball because what? Thankfully, though, everything ended up working out the way that I wanted it to in the end, and something that I didn't expect with this book was how much I came to like Nesta's character. So I'm super excited to continue the series because I don't think that she's the villain that everyone likes to paint her as. I think that she's just very misunderstood. So definitely excited to finish the ACOTAR series. I rated this book a 5 stars, which is just absolutely crazy, again, since it was sitting on my shelf for so long. This just goes to show that you never know when a 5-star is just sitting on your shelf, and that scares me. Then we moved on to All In. This is the 3rd book in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Absolutely recommend this series. This is one of the best young adult series that I've ever read, and I've been obsessed with it ever since starting it. In this book, the Naturals head out to Las Vegas to work on an open case there, and I love the change of scenery. It was super fun to read about the casinos. I very much enjoyed that part, and I feel like in this book we got to learn even more about some of the side characters, which I did appreciate. All of the characters are very likable in this book, and just getting to know a little bit more about each of them definitely made me more invested in the series. And then what happened at the end and everything that's coming to fruition with one of the main characters' past and her mother, absolutely blowing my mind. I cannot wait to read the last book in this series. I did end up rating this one 4 stars because it's not my favorite one in the series per se, but nonetheless was a super easy, enjoyable read, and I definitely recommend reading the Natural series, especially if you're in a reading slump or if you're trying to get back into reading. This will definitely do it for you. And the last book that we read in this challenge is one that we started. I'm still reading this one, but that is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This was definitely very anticipated for me. I've been waiting to read this series. I think that I'm only at about 40% of the way through, so not even halfway yet, and I can't lie, the whole beginning of this has been a struggle to get into, especially the first few chapters. I just felt like I really was waiting to get to the romance, and you kind of have to wait a little bit for that to happen to kind of get into things, because Chloe Walsh is very descriptive in her writing, and sometimes I feel like I just don't care about all of the description. I'm more of a plot person, but it's definitely worth it getting there. The relationship in this, I can tell, is going to hit so hard. I just love these two characters together already. I have been kind of anxious reading this though, just because of the main character Shannon's home life. It's definitely like, you know, not the best upbringing, not the best environment to be in. So those scenes definitely have me on edge because I don't want anything, you know, bad to happen to her. But so far, Johnny's always there kind of as her hero to have her back and just make sure that she's okay. Every romance hits when it gives off touch her and you'll die vibes, and that's what this is giving. So definitely think I'm going to enjoy reading the rest of this. This one right now, I'm on chapter 24, which is page 231, and I'm going to continue reading this one, hopefully finish it this weekend. But yeah, those are the books that I read in this reading challenge. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and like I said, maybe I'll have to do a 24-hour reading challenge in the future since it's apparent that I can read for that long, but we can see if I can do it consecutively. If you liked today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will just see you all in my next video. Bye, y'all.